What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Sisterlocks update. I am Ebony B, and I have officially reached 24 months of being Sisterlocked. I check in every 3 months with you all to provide updates on the journey, as well as answer any questions or concerns throughout this process for any of you that may be curious in getting into the Sisterlock community or any form of tiny locks. So if you guys are interested in hearing about this 24-month update, keep on watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. Don't forget to leave comments of any questions you may have that may not have been answered in this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any future postings. With all of that being said, let's get right into this update. All right, y'all, so first things first, I like to get through my commonly asked questions. This is more so for my newer viewers or those who may have not seen each and every one of my updates. So let's get right into that. I have a total of 487 locks. My install took 15 hours. My starting length was a variation of between 4 and 5 inches of hair. I get reties every 7 to 8 weeks. I do not use any oil on my hair, and I am now able to use conditioner on my hair. All right, y'all, so those were my commonly asked questions. Also, I just want to quickly touch on, I don't know if it's noticeable or if you could tell, I am using a different camera this time. I invested in a new camera so that I could free up my phone and be able to read my notes a lot easier while I'm making these videos. So if it looks a little different than before, that's why. But getting into this 2-year anniversary, I am so freaking happy. I am grateful, I am satisfied, I am so proud of myself for sticking to this journey. Everything about this entire journey from start to finish, or start until now, because we are not done. Okay, we have a long ways to go, but everything up until this point has been amazing. To just make a decision like this and it just fits me so perfectly and works out so well. I'm so very grateful. I love the Sisterlock community. You all are always so welcoming, so inviting, so encouraging, and very much inspiring. Every time you see a new person start their lock journey and you see their hair grow, it just makes you feel more and more inspired to continue and just keep striving for the length retention, the healthy hair journey, the thickness, all of that good stuff. So I am so happy that I was able to embark on this journey. This 2-year it's amazing just to know where I started, especially on YouTube, to where I am now, and just the amount of growth over time internally with my hair, just how I feel about myself. So much has improved since starting the Sisterlock journey. And I just wanted to say that really quick because I am so happy to be here at 2 years. All right, so getting into the meat and potatoes of this update, I have noticed some things have changed about my hair up until this 2-year mark that I want to cover. So we'll get right into that. The first thing on the list is the length. Now, with my natural hair journey in general, before even getting locks, I've always been really big on how long can I grow my hair, healthy hair to be exact. So being able to see how much growth I have retained over this time frame with my hair, and my hair still being in a very much so healthy state, I'm very grateful and I'm very satisfied about it. The next thing I've noticed is the thickness of my hair. My hair has definitely thickened up a bit more than it was from the first 3 months to the first year until now. I definitely feel a lot more thickness towards the center of my hair, the center and top. Now, granted, it's not drastically thicker. I think the back of my hair as well, just everything in general has gotten a little bit more thicker. But yeah, thickness in year 2, like if you thought your hair was done thickening up in the first year, you might be wrong, okay? You might be wrong. So definitely give it until about year 2 to see how much more thickness you're gonna get. My hair appears way more fuller now just because of the amount of thickness that has come from year 1 till now. The next thing that I've noticed is the fluffiness not being as fluffy as it was when it was a lot shorter and less mature. So that is something that I've been getting prepared for. My consultant kind of explained how, you know, that fluffiness is typically something that a lot of us in the community miss, because once our hair matures and the length comes in, we get to the point where our locks drop. I think I'm pretty much there at the drop stage, the beginning of the drop stage anyways. When you first get it installed, it's maturing, it's fluffy, it's, you know, it's getting that discipline basically on locking and just being, you know, uniform, and it's not really here anymore. So I have noticed that, and I know moving forward, you know, it's just gonna get more and more straight just as it naturally hangs. So it's cool, you know, I just noticed that in year 2. Another change that I've noticed is my curly ends. They are starting to be less curly, I guess you can say. They're starting to bud little by little over time, and the curls are just disappearing. And again, just like with the fluffiness, I was prepared by my consultant and prepped for that to possibly take place. I just think it's so interesting because I love the curly ends. Obviously, I think a lot of people love the curly ends just because of the presentation of it. Now I'm seeing that next stage kick in where as your hair matures, sometimes you lose your curly ends just depending on your hair type. And for those who are curious about my hair type, I'm type 4. I could be 4B, 4C. I have 2 different textures of hair in my head. So those are just a few changes that I've noticed up until this 2-year mark. I now want to talk about my hair care routine, any changes or updates within that. So the first thing I want to start with is I do want to confirm I am still using the same shampoos. And those 2 shampoos that I use is going to be the Influence Deep Cleansing Shampoo and the Garnier Fructis Purifying Shampoo. For those of you that are new here, I go back and forth from using one or the other. I started using the Garnier Fructis shampoo because I was going through this a bit too quick and I didn't want to keep having to buy a new one of these basically. So I grab this sometimes, or sometimes I grab this just depending on, you know, whatever I just reach for and touch first, honestly. And this is also, as you can see, a bigger bottle than the Sisterlocks shampoo, which this was provided to me by my consultant. Okay, the next update to my hair care routine is I can now use conditioners. As I stated at the beginning of the video, I am now able to use a conditioner on my hair. So I did pick up a Sisterlocks conditioner from my consultant. This is the Moisture Treatment Conditioner. I have not used it yet. I've had this for a little while now. I think I am going to use this for my next wash, but I haven't grabbed it, not intentionally really, but I always forget about it, and then I'm just like, okay, I kind of am tired of washing my hair now, so we'll catch it next time around. So that's basically why I haven't used it as of yet, but I'm really excited to use this conditioner. What I'm looking for, of course, this is a moisture treatment. I'm just looking for my locks to have a little bit more life after wash. I mean, I honestly don't have an issue with my locks after using the shampoo, but I am noticing, you know, throughout time, they are feeling just a little bit more drier than normal. So I can't wait to see the impact that this conditioning treatment is going to be doing for my hair. And I will, of course, keep you guys posted on that. Also, with washing my hair, I do wash my hair maybe twice within the 7 to 8 week time frame of me waiting to get my next retie. I've definitely cut back tremendously on how often I wash my hair, and it just works for me, honestly. Do what works best for you. Please don't think that that's the only amount of time that you'll need to wash your hair while you have locks, because depending on your scalp and just how your hair reacts to not being washed will determine how often you need to wash your hair. I have noticed, however, the more I wash my hair, I feel like I get way more new growth. So that is something that I think is pretty cool that I've noticed about my hair anyways. And I can, you know, do with or without it. I don't necessarily need a lot of new growth, but if I'm, you know, really trying to get that length to come in, you know, I could for sure add more wash days into the time frame of waiting for my next retie. So as I've stated, I don't really have any issues with just using the shampoo on my hair. That's why I'm so comfortable with pulling one of those bottles and forgetting to get the conditioner. However, throughout the days and the weeks, I do feel my hair gets a little bit more drier than normal. So something else that I've added just to my overall hair care would be misting my hair with just regular water. This is my misting bottle that I use. I just give it a couple sprays here and there, whether it's in the morning time, midday, whenever my hair calls for it. And that's pretty much it. I don't really do too much in between time. I don't use oils still, as I stated. I don't have any scalp issues or super dryness in my scalp where I feel like I need to use oil on my hair. So I just mist my hair in between wash days and we keep it pushing. Now, when it comes to my bedtime routine, the same thing that I've been doing since the beginning is the same thing that I'm doing now. Basically, I just go to bed with a satin bonnet on my head. Occasionally, I'll put on a satin scarf and just cover the top portion of my hair and go to sleep with the bottom portion probably loose. I don't do that too often, but there has been periods where I've done that, possibly because I couldn't find my bonnet. I was being lazy, didn't feel like getting up to get the bonnet, whatever the case may be. So I do just the satin bonnet. I don't braid and band before bed. I just put my hair loose in a bonnet, go to sleep, wake up, shake it out, and go on about my day. So that's pretty much all I do for bedtime routine. Now, I have covered this in previous videos just as far as me styling my hair and potentially bleaching my hair. I'm just gonna go over it with you all again for the newer viewers and those who may not have seen my last update. So when it comes to styling my hair, I am a minimalist, and I think I am slowly beginning to accept that about myself. When I first got Sisterlocks, I just knew that I was gonna be doing so much with my hair, or I planned to do so much with my hair as far as styling once my hair got to the right amount of length that I needed it to get to. But honestly, I'm just at peace with allowing my hair to just be like this and occasionally flipping that part around. Occasionally doing half up, half down, you know, occasionally putting my hair back, maybe in a little low bun since I have a little bit more length now back there. Will you guys see some styles on the way? You may not. I do have a few styles in mind that I would like to see myself do once I master how to do it, because I am going to be my own styler at least. So I'll keep you guys posted on any styles to come for sure. Now, when it comes to bleaching my hair, as I've stated in the previous update, I'll state it again in this one, I will not be bleaching my hair. I don't even have the desire to dye my hair at this moment, but I for sure at no point will be bleaching my hair. I just don't trust bleach in general. I have been in this natural hair game for quite some time, and something that I've just come to terms with when bleaching, you're just putting yourself at a higher risk of having damaged hair or damaging your hair if you are not willing to take care of your hair the way that you need to, take those additional extra steps to care for bleached hair, etc. And I just know that I am not going to want to do anything extra. The whole point of me getting locks, especially Sisterlocks, but the whole point of me getting locks was to be a minimalist and to not have to do so much to my hair unless I choose to. The moment I bleach my hair, I know I'm gonna have to intentionally be more on top of caring for my hair and all of that good stuff. So I'm not really interested in that right now, but I do plan on possibly dabbling in some wax coloring. I've seen a few videos about it. It looks very messy, so it's still a pin in it for right now. But if I do add color to my hair, it will be something to that extent. All right, y'all, in wrapping up this video, I want to share what my goals are going into this year, leading up until year 3 of being Sisterlocked. I am very curious to know if my hair is going to get even thicker than this because of the amount of thickness that I've gotten from year 1 till now. Also, I am very interested in seeing my hair reach bra strap length. I don't know if that's something I'll be getting by year 3 or within this year, but the way that my hair is growing right now is super exceptional. I am very satisfied with the amount of length that I've gained over this time frame. So excited to see how much more length there is to come. Hopefully, with the right amount of length, I can put my hair into a high ponytail, because that is something that I've been wanting to get to, getting that higher ponytail. As you can see, my hair is in layers, so you know, I could put it in a ponytail, but I want a good little drop of hair from that ponytail. So it drops a little right now with trying to put it into a high ponytail, but I needed a little bit more hang time there to be satisfied. And hopefully I see that before year 3 or leading up into year 3, I'm able to do something like that. So those are my goals just with my own journey. Again, I care so much about my hair being healthy and my hair growing. Length is a really big deal to me, and I just can't wait to see what's to come with that. But yeah, y'all, so that is all that I have for this 2-year update of the Sisterlocks journey. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for those who have been sticking with me since day 1 of introducing my Sisterlocks journey. You guys are amazing, and I cannot wait to keep up these updates with you all. I cannot wait to see what my hair looks like by the next year. And with all of that being said, you all, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next update. Bye.